Good afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. Welcome back to West Ham Irons United. I'm Anton, joined by Stel and Jake, and we're here to talk about the England squad announcement. Stel, rumours have been kicking about all day long, potentially looking like Lingard will miss out on the final squad. 7 men will be trimmed from the squad. What's your thoughts?
I'd be gutted for him if he is taken out of the squad, because I kind of looked at the squad, the structure of it, and it didn't look like he picked that many midfielders in the first place in order to. He obviously was going to trim midfielders, but when I looked at the squad originally, I thought, you know what, I think Lingard's going to be in here. I don't think he's going to trim back that many midfielders. And also with the news that Mason Greenwood has dropped out of the squad today, I know he's what an attacking midfielder as well. Greenwood, he's not a striker, is he?
Well, he's classified in the squad as a forward.
As a forward, is he? Right. Yeah. Okay. I thought that maybe with that, Lingard would make it. And I know we've got our West Ham tinted glasses on, but I think he deserves it on merit. You could see the way he's taken the bit by the horns when he came to West Ham. He had a point to prove to everybody, didn't he? Really, and he took it with aplomb. I know he sort of fell away at the tail end of the season, but great contribution, great display, showing his attack mindedness. We had David Cross on last night who talked about him being he's not a forward, but he's a forward thinking player, and I'd be disappointed if the rumours are true, to be quite honest with you.
Jake, let's take a look at Jesse Lingard's kind of England career. He made his debut on the 23rd of March 2018 versus France in a 2-0 win. His England stats, it's not come up properly. Oh, it has 27 senior caps. I can't see it because of the logo. Can someone of you see because of the live thing that's come up?
Hang on a minute.
Something.
How annoying is that?
Yeah, what happened there?
I can see it.
It's because the live logo comes up and you can't actually physically see it.
Right.
I've got it here, 2 seconds, and I'll just quickly reiterate what that is. So his Lingard, 27 senior caps, 4 goals, 11 under 21 caps, and 3 under 17 caps. And of course, he was selected for the last 2 squads that were announced for the last couple of qualifiers, and he played well. He got a man of the match performance. Jake, what's your thoughts on the potential decision to not include him in the squad?
I think it's quite strange, because I was just looking at the provisional squad. Yeah, there's a lot of talented players there, but what he's done, he's probably been, for those what was it, 10 games, he was probably the best player in the Premier League, and he got into the was it the friendlies or the qualifiers or whatever a couple of months ago, and I thought he would stay in there. I don't know, but to be honest, these rumours could be wrong, because the rumour that kicked around today that Trent Alexander-Arnold won't be in there, it's now come out that he probably is going to be in there. We will just have to wait and see for 3 minutes. In just 3 minutes time. I think it would be silly. It would be silly to leave him out. And somebody mentioned it in a comment as well. How Raheem Sterling gets in there over Jesse Lingard, I do not know, because Raheem Sterling's been awful this season. He's been awful, and
you're right, though. It would be pretty harsh when you look at the midfielders that England have got a choice to choose from. You've got Jude Bellingham, Borussia Dortmund, Jordan Henderson from Liverpool, Jesse Lingard, West Ham, Mason Mount, Chelsea, Calvin Phillips, Leeds, Declan Rice, West Ham, Jason Ward-Prowse, Southampton, and then of course what Stel said there about the forwards: Calvert-Lewin, Phil Foden, Grealish, Greenwood, Kane, Rashford, Saka, Sancho,
There's a
Sterling, Watkins, but there's a lot of players.
Strikers there. There's a lot. I mean, you would only take 4 strikers to any tournament.
But they've got a lot of players there that can play in several positions. And listen, I'm not remotely taking away from anyone in there, but you do make valid points, Jake. You know, Sterling's not had a great time, but is he getting picked on merit because of his previous life, you know, with England? For me, Jesse Lingard deserves it. He's worked hard. He's came back from the depths of nowhere to put himself in contention. And the fact that he was chosen in the last couple of squads would have given me the reason why he would have been chosen, and he didn't do anything wrong in those squads. So, you know, it's a bit of a weird one. Still, the main man for West Ham, Declan Rice. Let's take a look at him there. Oh God, here we go again. I can't even read half those stats because the live thing comes. I need to change that. It's so annoying. It's 19 and 20. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's 19 and 20 England stats. He's played 1,064 minutes, 25 interceptions. This is for England, by the way. 71% tackles won, 93% tackles completed, and 2 chances created. He made his England debut the 22nd of March 2019 as a second half, excuse the spelling mistake there, substitute versus the Czech Republic. And his stats are 15 senior caps and 1 goal. I mean, it's a no-brainer he's going, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Goodness me, if he doesn't go, there's something seriously wrong. No, not only is he going, he's a starter as far as I'm concerned. If he doesn't start every bloody England game, then there is something wrong. And I don't think we need to. I think the only thing we need to worry about Declan is coming back fit, not coming back with any serious injury. But then that goes for any West Ham player that's out on international duty. I think we've got 7 in total spread across the various teams going to the Euros. But yeah, for me, it's a no-brainer. He's a starter, let alone any dispute about him being in the final squad itself. But I've just loaded the squad, the whole squad. Can we just look at it in depth for a minute? Because you know, let's okay. You go through it. Goalies. I mean, how many goalies is he going to take? Going to take all 4? Doubt it. So that's 1 player out. Surely. 3. Pick 3. So that's 1 player out. Then we said about the strikers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players that are marked as strikers. You know, and I know what you just said. You know, people like Grealish and Greenwood and Saka and people like that. They play as more attack-minded midfielders rather than strikers. But then you look at that bit just underneath the defenders. There's not a lot of choice there. That's why when I looked at that squad, I said to myself, Lingard's going. You know, because there's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7 players there. Ward-Prowse, I would have been very surprised if Ward-Prowse went, despite having a pretty decent season. So then you look at the rest of those players, and you'd argue quite clearly that Lingard would be one of those players that would definitely go in that middle sort of midfield setup. And then you look at that bottom list, you know, and that's where you'd think some of the culling would happen. You know, some of the players that you'd kind of say, well, out of those, who would stay, who would go? That's why I was actually quite confident that Lingard would actually be picked. So we'll know. I mean, that it's coming up now, isn't it? So
yeah, he's not made it.
He's not made it.
No.
What a shame.
Just loading up the image, I think that's right, Anton. I've just loaded it up. I think that's the right one. Yeah, it's a shame. A shame that is. If that is the right one.
Well, that was quick. Who done that?
Mate.
That was quick. Well done.
Yeah, I just found it scrolling down trying to find one, and that was the first one that I saw.
So let me just reiterate then, and I'll double check against that. So we've got Dean Henderson, Sam Johnston, and Jordan Pickford go in goal and travel for the Euros. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ben Chilwell, Connor Cody, Reece James, Harry Maguire, Tyrone Mings, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Kieran Trippier, Kyle Walker. So he's taken 3 right fullbacks there. Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know, and actually 4. Reece James as well. Yeah, I mean that's a whack of defenders.
Why?
There, isn't it?
Why would you? You know, Can any of them play left side if need be? No, probably not. Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James.
Yeah.
4 right backs.
Jude Bellingham, midfield, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. And what he's done is he's obviously bunched up quite a lot of the forwards and midfielders into the forwards. So he's put Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Saka from Arsenal, Jordan Sancho and Raheem Sterling.
I don't know.
I mean, there's one player there that sticks out. I know a lot of people love him. I know a lot of people think he's great, calling in the next Gaza and stuff like that. But for me, when I compare Grealish to Lingard, I take Lingard all day long, in all honesty. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. But for me, there's Lingard. I think Lingard is going to look at this now and he's going to wonder to himself, thank you, W&P, for that one super. What's a super sticker?
He's put £1.50 into the tin still.
I'm sorry, I'm going to bring up. I mean, I've got 2 screens on and I'm listening to what they're saying, and he's reiterating about the 4 right backs. Like, right. I know it's a tough decision, but I feel like he was concerned about letting one of those players down. And it probably was maybe easier to let Lingard down than those 4 players down. Maybe that's what his decision is.
That's shit. I'm sorry.
It is, yeah,
I'm
but
sorry
it's 4
swear,
right backs. I don't
what
understand
a ridiculous statement to make.
Oh,
I felt bad about letting her.
No, that was me. No one said that. By the way, no one said that. No one said that. It was just me kind of.
Oh, what you thinking?
Yeah, I wonder if that's.
Well, it's a rubbish way. It's a rubbish approach. I mean, how many bloody right backs do you need in the team? It's quite possible.
I would rather. I'll tell you what. Go on, Stel. Sorry.
No. Go on, mate. Go on.
I'm just looking at that. I think they've took out. Let's have a look. They've took out. So the centre backs they've took out there. The Ben Godfrey and Ben White. What I think that's one from Brighton. Even I would have rather he took Kieran Trippier out and even just put one of them in there instead. You don't need 4 right backs.
Don't need 4 right backs.
Ben Godfrey doesn't travel. Ben White doesn't travel. That's the defenders. I'm looking to see if there's anyone else that I've missed that hasn't been picked.
I'll put that back up.
Yeah. So even like Ben Godfrey from Everton, he doesn't travel. As Harry Maguire's in there.
Do you know what this is going to do?
Tyrone Mings?
Tyrone Mings ain't. Do you know what this is going to do? Okay. It's going to make Lingard sit back and think, okay, let's see. Oh, Liverpool players, Man United players, players from the so-called Big Six. Oh, West Ham, I did all right, but maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's because I've been playing for West Ham, and maybe people don't consider. I'm not saying it's what he's thinking, but it might be. Despite West Ham having done so well, people still don't see them as a team that can provide internationals, and that maybe that's why I haven't been picked. Because when you look at that squad, he's gone with his familiars, hasn't he? He's gone with the players that, and that's such a shame, because I remember when he came in, Southgate, and he said you're picked on merit, and he's kind of stuck to that, and he's kind of now, I think he's backtracked a bit, to be honest.
It's a question then. It's a question because somebody just put in the chat that there's no Watkins there. Would you rather Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Watkins in there? Because
hard choice, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But that is a much harder choice, Jake. Because they've both done well. Whereas I keep looking at that squad and I just keep thinking, why on earth did you not pick another? Why on earth did you not pick another midfielder and you put 4 right backs in? Why on earth?
Yeah.
Let's look at some of the positives. Declan Rice is gone. He's travelled, of course. We know. Of course, he's going to be a starter for England. I mean, it's going to be good to see him going in the Euros as well. What impact? I mean, it is good, isn't it? I mean, it's great that Declan Rice is going, but you can't help but feel disappointed for Jesse Lingard. I mean, I know it's not all about that, but it's tough when you're putting a West Ham stance on it, if you're putting a West Ham step onto it, it's like, well, you've had a player that's performed really well. Like I said, I've said it from the beginning, he's came back from the depths of nowhere to put himself in contention. And I just don't understand then, in theory, why he would be a main part of the England squad prior, you know, for the last couple of games that were played. And then it was, I mean, Southgate only decided to announce a provisional squad last week. It wasn't always decided that he was going to name 33 players. He was supposed to be announcing his final squad last week, and he opted to give players a chance. Do you think then Lingard's missed out because of that week of training, or the setup, or the mix-up?
I think he made his mind up beforehand.
Yeah, I think that's pretty harsh, though, isn't
it? I think it is harsh. Why do it? Why do it? And then I think Lingard, if he hadn't been picked for those last two for those last two games, the expectation wouldn't have been raised. Then he would have gone, well, I haven't been picked. I've only played half a season. Totally understand. But raising your hopes and doing well, being man of the match for one game, I think the writing was on the wall, because he appeared as a late sub, didn't he? The second game, if I'm correct. And maybe that was the. I think we probably should have known then that he wasn't going to be picked for the full squad.
Just to confirm, the 7 players that missed out on the final 26-man squad are James Ward-Prowse. Pretty harsh as well. Thought he got a great left peg on him.
It's not as much of a surprise.
But he's got a left peg on him. That's the thing. You know, he's great at set piece. However, he's probably sticking with Kieran Trippier for that potential option from a fullback. He's got Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins misses out.
Look at this comment from David. Not sure about Grealish. He was out with injuries and only has just come back.
Yeah,
do you pick players with form? Absolutely, you know. So sorry, go on. Ollie Watkins, yeah.
Ollie Watkins misses out.
Come by, but as Jake said, you know, him or Calvert-Lewin, you got to sort of say, you know, they both had good seasons.
But then you've got, you know, Bukayo Saka from Arsenal. I mean, I know he's had an okay season. However, for a player that's made the step up, I think players like Ollie Watkins could have potentially set the Euros alight, to be honest, because he's just a natural born goal scorer. It is harsh for him. Of course, Jesse Lingard, who we've discussed, Aaron Ramsdale, Ben White, Ben Godfrey, who was probably Everton's standout player, ball carrier of a defender, can travel through the middle of the park. And Mason Greenwood, of course, who was injured. So it's an interesting one, but disappointing. I feel for Lingard. Let's put the West Ham stance onto it, though. What does this mean for Lingard for the summer and West Ham?
I think it's going to make him. I think it's going to make him think long and hard about what's good for him, not only for his domestic career, but for his international career. And I just wonder if he's going to have it in the back of his mind. Would I be better off staying? Would I be better off staying at Man United and hoping I get more game time and hoping to get back into the England squad, or do I go for it and maintain, my position at West Ham? And I think he stands a better chance if he stays at West Ham. But of course, I'm going to say that. Yeah. But I think he stands a better chance because he'll get more game time and he'll be able to impress throughout the whole season. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a hard choice for him now, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. It will be. Listen, this was going to be a short and sharp show, but we just wanted to kind of bring to you the announcement of the England final 26-man squad. 7 players were trimmed. We've gone through all the players that are in the squad, the final squad. I mean, listen, we all know what can happen, of course, and I think it happened back in the World Cup 2002 when Trevor Sinclair was promoted into the squad. Was that South Korea, wasn't it? Was it? I'm trying to remember.
He was brought in at the last,
and he started, started the games, and he had a very good tournament for England. Of course, England didn't progress far in that tournament. But I mean, listen, that means that we're hoping a player gets injured, and we don't want anyone to get injured. Don't wish that upon anyone. But you never know. You never know what can happen. Anything else you guys want to say?
I'll just say this. I feel very, very strange to have 4 right backs in there, and I think the only reason that I can think of doing this provisional rubbish is to sit there and go, well, let's soften the blow slightly, because if he would have come out last week and said no, Lingard cut, Ward-Prowse cut, we would have thought, really, I feel like it's just softened the blow a little bit. You know, oh, he's nearly there, but now I'm gonna pick 4 right backs and not a really, really good on form player. Now I'm gonna pick Jack Grealish that's been injured for the last 3 months. Hasn't played much football in the last 3 months. I'll put him over somebody that's been thriving off playing football. I don't know, strange. I would have liked to see if his choice was to strengthen the centre back position more. Than by taking one of the right backs out, I would have took out Kieran Trippier and brought in Ben Godfrey because I feel like he deserves his chance. But I don't know. The reaction's quite interesting over social media, but yeah.
I mean, this is an interesting comment. Still, at least coming to West Ham got Lingard notice, which wouldn't have happened at Manchester United. It's true.
Absolutely true. Well, now I think Lingard should turn around and say, "Thank you, West Ham. You put me in with a shout." Good afternoon, Jordan. Nice. You put me in with a shout for England place. I think now I owe you one. I'll sign for you permanently. And so for me, I think that's what he should do. But of course, I'm going to say that, aren't I? But it'd be nice if he signed permanently now and became a permanent West Ham player and then get back to being in the full England squad. But I feel sorry for him. I think he's had. I know he went off the ball near the end of the season, but you haven't played for a whole season. You come in, all guns blazing, and you do really, really well. He was obviously going to run out of steam a little bit, but he was still pivotal, wasn't he? Even in the last couple of games of the season, he was still pivotal in how we played. So
I don't agree with this comment. And listen, I don't doubt for a second the right back was a tough decision. I just don't think you need 4. I know someone said earlier on that Reece James can play as a centre half. However, Trippier has not been shite because he's been in a squad and played most of the games for Atletico Madrid that won the league, La Liga this season. He got 7 assists in La Liga. He has found his form with an abundance, and I fully understand why you would include someone like that who's went away from England and got experience. He's done it in England. He's now doing it in Spain. So I kind of understand why a player like Trippier is included, but to include 4 fullbacks from me is a bit of an odd one, and to the detriment of a player like Jesse Lingard. But hey ho, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed we can get the deal done to bring him in.
Can I just say 2 seconds? 2 seconds. Declan Rice has been given the number 4 shirt. They've just announced the squad numbers. He's been given the number 4 shirt. So
yeah, there you go. Nice number.
Yeah.
And Maguire, who isn't going to play 1 minute in the tournament because he's injured, was got the number 6 shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, anything else you lads want to say? Or is that us?
Come on, England.
Yep. Look at your face. Still do it with a little bit more enthusiasm, please.
It ain't coming home, Jake. Don't be fooled, mate.
Go on, Jake. Come on, do the enthusiasm. Go on.
Oh, come on. It's coming home, Stel. Come on, Stel. We've got 4 right.
Come on, England. Come on.
Come on, England.
The one thing that you unfortunately won't see from me if we do any watch-alongs is the how mad I get when we score a goal when it's West Ham.
You'll see it from me. You'll see it.
I want England. I want England to win. I want England to do well. I always do. But without Jesse there,
I think you'll be fine, mate. I think you will. I think you'll get
up for it. Don't you worry. A few beers, I'll be up for it. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, listen, thank you very much for joining us. If you are watching, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and of course, leave a comment. Head across to Jake's channel, West Ham Unofficial. Subscribe to his channel as well. And we'll be back tomorrow for a daily or a transfer show. Just keep an eye out, and we'll let you know what's happening moving forward. And that's really us. Last words.
Up the England.
I'm going for a run now.
Right. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.